Another move on the back end of the defense, the Bills trading Kaiir Elam to the Cowboys. And this one came as a bit of a shock to me, especially in terms of compensation, of improving a pick into the 5th round, and I believe also picking up a 7th round pick for a guy that we don't know how this season was going to play out. But if this season was happening next season, I would have expected him to be getting cut. I think this is kind of good for both sides. You're able to get some cap savings this year. You're able to add another pick for a guy that it just hasn't worked so far. And part of me will always cling on to the fact that I really thought Elam was going to turn a corner at some point, and some of the limited exposure that we got to see when he actually played, he was always around the ball. A play was getting made here and there, and he was grabby, but he'd make up for it with an interception. Part of me will always want to know what it would have looked like with more reps. We don't get to know now. And Elam never really did anything negative to make me not like him or anything like that. Hopefully, a fresh start for him in Dallas. He can rejuvenate his career a bit, but no longer part of the Bills. And be interesting to see what happens at the cornerback position, because it was already left over as the most pressing need. And it becomes a more pressing need now as a lot of the free agency guys are already gone. We don't want to head into the draft with this being such an obvious glaring need, because last time that happened was the year we drafted Elam. I do think this year is a little bit of a different situation. You have tons of ammo to be able to move around in the draft. If there's a guy you're targeting pretty much outside of Travis Hunter, I think you have the means to be able to get up and do that if you want to. I do fully anticipate another move happening in the secondary, and how these things go in free agency, it'll probably happen about 10 minutes after I finish the recording. I expect this to be a move that makes you feel comfortable with the floor going into the draft and filling a need and not having it be a super obvious hole on your roster. Because as of now, it's really Christian Benford, Taron Johnson playing the nickel, and Daquan Hardy, Jamarcus Ingram, Corey Couch. I just don't see the Bills going into the draft with that stable of guys there. So I'd expect another move here.